I initially wanted to make this video about new Immortal SMG, just to showcase how insane it is in PvE, because it's super fun, and it's even really good in PvP, like game breaking in PvP right now. But I think I'm more going to make this video around stuff that I've been seeing a lot this week about just PvP in general, and especially with the blog post that just came out today. And I understand, I'm a 168 sub YouTuber that just makes Destiny builds that not really many people care about, but I just kind of, this is something that's been in my mind for the past few days, and I just kind of wanted to like lay out my opinion and see how people feel about it. But after reading the blog post for PvP, there's a lot of good changes. This is coming from someone who doesn't really play PvP that frequently. Like, I went flawless for my first time in this game this past weekend. My first time ever. Like, I don't play PvP. I very, very rarely touch it. I'm pretty much middle of the road. I'm average at it. I'm either play really good or I play like trash. That's just how it is. Like, I assume a lot of people in this game can relate to, but I've been still seeing the absolute flaws with PvP. There isn't much reason to do anything in PvP. And I feel like I'm, voicing the same complaints that people were complaining to an empty void for the past few years, but I mean, just look at the SMG. I'll put up a graph of how many players played this past weekend, but, it was the most players that played in multiple years. I mean, there's a reason that happened. It's because there was something for people to actually go after, which was this brand new SMG. That was fantastic. I mean, it shreds in PvP. It's damn good in PvE too. I just don't understand when they post that blog post and they add the competitive rewards. While I'm not trying to be complainer, like downer, oh, ungrateful, but I don't know. I don't think an emblem and a transmat effect is enough for people at the high end to really feel like their time and effort and skill is valued. I mean, I understand you don't want another Luna's Howl situation, or Luna's Howl and Not Forgotten, and I guess kind of Recluse, but Recluse wasn't very difficult to get. It was just 2100, which was pretty easy, I felt like, at least to me. But I think there needs to be weapons. There needs to be stuff. I mean, if you don't want it to be weapons, there needs to be cosmetics. There needs to be an absolute reason, not just an emblem. There needs to be something. There needs to be ornaments for armor sets, ornaments for weapons, ornaments for exotics. There's got to be stuff that you guys put out there to really incentivize people to play PvP in later tiers, because here's the thing, is then PvE players will want to play PvP. The reason why PvE players don't like PvP isn't even just the meta. It's because there's no reason to do anything. There's literally nothing. Which really sucks, because I'm going to be honest, even with how busted the SMGs are right now, I've genuinely been having a good time. And now that I'm done farming the SMG and I was excited to hop an Iron Banner and I started doing it, I realized, well, I don't need to chase any of these weapons. They have no purpose. I have better weapons for PvE, and I have better weapons for PvP. And yes, I guess you could go for the armor sets for cosmetic value, which I will say, the armor sets they added, it was either last season or 2 seasons ago, was fantastic. And I think it's worth to go grind out to get those armor pieces and, have them as cosmetic sets, especially when you do run Iron Banner. But I wish there was more, man. I wish there was more maps, more PvP exclusive weapons, just more of a reason for people to actually go into it. Sorry, it's kind of just like a random video. I understand at this point most people are probably not even watching it anymore or care. But I feel bad for people who are playing PvP only these days. I mean, they deserve a lot more. It's kind of it is disrespectful, but it's kind of just distasteful. I feel like they could get so much more, and this is in no means me trying to put Bungie down, saying that they just don't make good content, because I've really been enjoying Lightfall. To, I guess, unpopular opinion, I liked the Lightfall DLC. The story was okay. It wasn't very good. But the gameplay itself's been fun. I enjoy Strand. It might not be the most meta thing ever, and it's kind of gimmicky, but I still enjoy it. I think it's pretty fun to play. I think it's very good in PvP too. It's pretty balanced in PvP compared to Stasis was. I've been enjoying like the synergies, the new Strand weapons, all that stuff. And I just have a lot of stuff that I'm chasing after, and it's almost like right now I'm feeling like there's more things to do than I have time for, which is something I've missed in Destiny for years, and I've been having a good time. I would just really like to see, you know, more of things like the Immortal. Maybe not game breaking, but more for PvP players at the high end to chase after, and someone like me who could put a goal together of getting better at PvP so I can attain a goal, like me obtaining Flawless for the first time in Trials. That was something that required me to put in time and effort. I didn't sit there and whine and complain that, you know, I wasn't handed free adepts. And I feel like that's a problem that we're hitting now is, you know, they don't want to give these weapons to the high-end players because they don't want to put the lower level players at a disadvantage. Which, as someone who's not a high-end PvP player, I don't care. If someone at a higher PvP level gets something better than me, that's okay. I think that's fine as long as it's not as oppressive as some of the past weapons. And yes, the Immortal is oppressive and it needs to be like worked on. It needs to either nerf or whatever. Please just don't nuke it, Bungie. I really enjoy this SMG in PvP. It's very fun to use. I would just like it to be usable, not destroyed. Thanks. But anyway, that'll probably be it here, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.